final date: the mysterious death of Marcus Fryberger. Phoenix, Arizona, February 2025. The yoga community in Phoenix is immersed in grief. Marcus Fryberger, a beloved yoga teacher, was found deceased at a quarry after mysteriously disappearing. Questions about the cause of death and the circumstances surrounding the case remain a mystery that has left family, friends, and investigators perplexed. On February 21, 2025, Marcus Fryberger planned to have a date with a stranger he had never met before. According to plan, Marcus drove to downtown Phoenix and parked his car in a parking lot. That was the last time anyone saw him. Marcus's father recounts that he spoke with his son on February 21st. And there was nothing unusual about that conversation. However, what was concerning was that same day, he noticed Marcus's phone had been disconnected. Despite the family's continuous calls, no one received a response. A particular detail that made Marcus's friends and family even more worried: he had left his beloved dog Thomas alone in the apartment. According to those close to him, Marcus did everything with his dog, from taking him to dog parks to bringing him hiking. If he needed to go somewhere, he always called an acquaintance to look after Thomas. The fact that Thomas was left alone for 6 to 8 days was completely out of character. Although Marcus was reportedly missing since February 22, according to reports, the Phoenix Police Department, Phoenix PD, only received a missing person report on March 14, nearly 3 weeks after Marcus's family lost contact with him and 3 weeks after the day he planned to go on the date. In a statement, Phoenix PD said, no additional clues or evidence were discovered to determine whether Marcus had left the city or became a victim of any specific crime. However, Marcus's loved ones suspected the worst had happened. He left his dog alone in the apartment. His truck was still missing, and he remained unaccounted for. On March 19, their worst fears became reality. A body was discovered at a quarry. The Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed the body was that of Marcus Fryberger. Marcus's sister also confirmed this devastating news in a Facebook post, writing, "It breaks my heart that I have to share the tragic news that Marcus is no longer with us. Losing him feels like losing a part of myself. And I know this will be difficult for everyone. We thank all of you for the love and support you have shown Marcus and our family." The post immediately received countless condolences and kind messages about Marcus, showing how beloved he was. However, the question remains: what happened to Marcus? Currently, there are no suspects, no persons of interest, no cause or manner of death determined. Police only say this is a death investigation, and they are waiting for reports from the medical examiner before proceeding with next steps. The location where Marcus's body was found, a quarry, seems suspicious. But investigators have not yet released any details about how his body got there or its condition when discovered. Police are asking anyone with information or knowledge related to the case to contact them. Steve Pfizer, a private investigator specializing in missing persons cases, shared his perspective on the case. When asked if there were signs of criminal activity, he said, "It certainly appears to me that there's criminal activity here. Although there is a hiking trail that goes around the back of that facility, it certainly doesn't go through the quarry. And the fact that his vehicle wasn't there, I think there would be criminal activity involved." Pfizer noted that the downtown area where Marcus planned to meet his date is covered by surveillance cameras. "I think it would start with figuring out how he left that parking lot and then tracking him or them either on foot or in a vehicle. And there are license plate readers all over Phoenix," he explained. Regarding the quarry area, Pfizer pointed out that while it is a remote area, it is completely covered by surveillance cameras. If someone did this, they chose the wrong place to get away with it. A crucial factor in the investigation is the identity of the person Marcus planned to meet. It's unclear whether the date took place or not, but Pfizer emphasized the importance of identifying and talking to this person. "I have to assume they've spoken with that person. But until they do and they're comfortable with that person, that's their primary person of interest," Pfizer said. "I'm not saying they're a suspect, but a person of interest they need to talk to." Pfizer expressed surprise that this person may not have come forward. "I'm a little surprised. That person hasn't revealed themselves online or in an interview to say, 'Hey, listen, I'm that person, and I just want people to know up front that nothing happened.'" However, he also cautioned against rushing to conclusions. It's dangerous to make these conclusions. This person is very important to the investigation but could be important as a witness. Who could help achieve justice? Not as a suspect. He said, could they be a suspect? Absolutely. Anything is possible right now. But social media needs to stop this rush to judgment. The detail about Marcus leaving his beloved dog Thomas alone is a notable clue. Fryberger believes this could indicate criminal activity or a medical emergency beyond Marcus's control. We see when people decide to harm themselves, and they go missing for that reason. They usually take care of their pets as one of their biggest priorities. He explained, I think the pet is an indication that it was criminal or it was some kind of medical emergency. He also noted that while there is a hiking trail near the quarry, it's a small trail and it's heavily used. I don't think it would take very long for someone to find him if he was just out walking or hiking and had a cardiac event or something like that. Marcus's truck remains unfound. Adding to the mystery, Fryberger pointed out that with all the license plate readers in Phoenix, especially in the downtown area, investigators should be able to track the vehicle. They may have it and just not be saying. He speculated, noting that the Phoenix Police Department is slow with information. Fryberger believes that with all the cameras around the quarry area, if there was criminal activity, my assumption is they know who they're looking for right now. They're just looking for that person and probably keeping the information close to the vest. A concerning aspect of the case is the significant time gap between when Marcus disappeared and when the case was officially reported. Although Marcus was reportedly missing since February 22, Phoenix PD said they didn't receive a report until March 14. Fryberger explained that delays in reporting missing adults are common. I also know there's all this hesitation from friends. Like, we don't want to interfere with their business. Maybe they need a break. Maybe there's personal issues going on in their life. However, he expressed dissatisfaction with the police's quick conclusion that nothing was amiss. Especially knowing Marcus was meeting a stranger in the area has numerous cameras. I think within a day or two of investigation, they should have an idea of under what circumstances he left that parking lot. He said, Fryberger predicted that the next step would be waiting for classification from the medical examiner's office to determine if this was a homicide. He suggested investigators might be waiting for toxicology results, which typically take time. If it was criminal, my assumption is within the next 1 to 3 days. We'll see an arrest. He said, I think they know who they're looking for at this point and they're just looking for them. While the Phoenix community continues to mourn the loss of a beloved yoga teacher, Marcus's family and friends still seek answers to his tragic and mysterious death. Was the fateful date related to his death? What happened between the downtown parking lot and the remote quarry where his body was found? And who was the last person to see Marcus alive? Only time and continued investigation can shed light on this heartbreaking mystery.